going through your partner's phone, my sisters, brace yourself. Hi guys, it's Ivy Apple once again, and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. As we all know, we are in the month of March. Is a special month set aside for the celebration of women. It's a month of women's history. It's a month to celebrate women. So throughout this month, I'm going to be talking about a lot of pertinent topics affecting us women. So our topic for today is a topic which has been like a puzzle for so many women, if not all. What I'm going to talk about today is it right to go through your spouse's phone? That question is really complicated, but we still just have to talk about it. And I asked a lot of women, my friends and acquaintances. From my analysis, what I realized is 80% of women have that urge to go through their partner's phones. What's really the answer to this question? Should you go through your partner's phone? Yes or no? It's really difficult giving a direct answer to this question. So on the question, no, it's not advisable going through your partner's phones. And yet, sometimes it's advisable going through those phones. Yes, it's complicated like that. This topic really has no definite answer. I'm just going to substantiate on the yes and on the no, so you can make your own choice as an individual. Firstly, I'm going to talk on the no. It's not advisable for you to go through your partner's phones. Why? Because it's probably going to cause more harm than good. Okay, let's say you decide to go through your partner's phones. You have to ask this question. Will you be able to handle what you find out from that phone? Will you be able to control yourself as a woman, or will you be able to find solutions to what you find out through that phone? How is your partner going to take this? Most often, what drives women into going through their partner's phones is usually maybe intuition, or maybe they have some suspicion of some kind. Now, if you have that intuition within you that something fishy is going on, probably maybe you think your husband is cheating on you, or your partner is cheating on you. Now you go through the phone and you find out all those shocking details, and it just hits you so terribly that you can't even control your emotions any longer. You can't even control your temperament any longer. You just move around, start breaking things, maybe you hold your partner, you start fighting, you start, just causing chaos all over the place. How has going through that phone solved the problem? Going through the phone is just going to make you know more of what you were already suspecting within you. It's not going to solve that issue. Sometimes you may search through your partner's phone and see something which is not really clear and misunderstand that thing. And your reaction after that is so terrible that it actually just destroys your relationship. And you now find out later that what you thought was existing was not really the case. What if you go through your partner's phone and you find nothing? Like nothing. Because to be honest, there are very sneaky people out there. There are some people who can be cheating, or who can be doing terrible things behind your back, and you may never ever even find a trace on their phone. Those are the real professionals, because they do away with every form of evidence. And you now start wasting your time scrolling, and at the end you find out nothing. And maybe after that, your partner will discover that you have been going through his phone. If he's innocent and clean, it's going to break him. Like, it's going to make him feel like, so you don't really trust me? It may instead push him towards the negative direction. Now, if your partner is the sneaky one, the one who actually has things to hide behind, and you go through that phone and don't find anything, it's going to alert him to be more careful and act more like a squirrel. So much so that you will never even be able to find out or discover anything. He's going to step up his hiding game, because you have made him know that you are already having that suspicion, and he cannot even trust keeping his phone around you anymore. The solution should be you trying to find out what is causing you to search that phone and deal with it. You should deal with the problem. If you constantly feel that need to be searching his phone all the time, it may imply that you are in an unhealthy relationship. Because if your partner constantly puts you in a position where you have to be searching his phone all the time because you are not sure, or because you always discover terrible things on his phone, then it means you are in an unhealthy relationship. You have to have a second thought on that relationship. An aunt of mine told me, you are now a married woman, and you know what? If you want to have peace of mind, stop doubting your husband. Stop going through your husband's personal stuff. And I was like, okay. But truly, we all know that as women, it's so difficult to keep to that. But now when it becomes a habit, it's not healthy. On to the yes, you should go through your partner's phones. sometimes. Normally, in every relationship, there should be some degree of trust. But sometimes, that temptation comes in. You just want to be sure, you want to be double sure. Sometimes you can even go through your partner's phone, not because you think he or she is cheating, but because maybe there's just some other thing that you think he or she is not doing right. No matter how perfect a human being is, there are times when your partner can go astray, or there are times when someone may be influencing your partner somehow. Now, when you go through that phone and you discover that, you'll be able to tackle it. But if you didn't go through the phone, you wouldn't even know. Even though people say what you don't know doesn't kill you, or what you don't know won't kill you, sometimes what you don't know can actually kill you. Why am I saying this? There was this thing that happened, real life story actually. So this lady and the husband were actually living together. The husband was a businessman. So it turned out that somehow this man borrowed money from someone, and when it was time to refund that money, the people said, no, we can't take this money because this is not what we gave you. And the man was like, but I borrowed money from here, and this is the money, this is the interest. Take your money. And they were like, no, what you took from here was not money. Yes, it was in the form of money, but what we need from you is not the money. We need your wife's head. So somehow it was a court. That man was battling with that problem until he got to a point where he decided to give in. And how were they going to kill that woman? They planned to come into the house while they were sleeping like armed robbers, take her out and commit the act, so it would seem like it was armed robbers or it was something that happened. So that evening, the woman just had this urge, like to search her husband's phone. Her husband was just so sneaky, behaving funny, and she was like, what's going on? I really want to know what's going on. So she took the husband's phone when the husband was eating, went behind and scrolled through the chats. Behold, she saw a message, and I don't know, maybe something just told her to read that particular message. And she read everything. She almost fainted. Like, it was so terrible. Like, she felt so terrible. So she just quietly kept the phone on top of the table. She just took the kids quietly and they passed through the back door and fled. So later, when the thieves now came in and did not find the woman, they thought it was the man who actually did it, and they killed the man. So you see, if that lady didn't actually check those chats on that particular day, because her instinct was telling her something was not right, she would have probably died. So through checking the phone, she saved her life. In some instances, you should really go through those phones. After all, there should be some level of transparency between you and your partner. Your partner should be able to use your phone and vice versa, but it shouldn't become a habit. To answer the question if you should go through your partner's phone or not, well, I would say do what works for you. Besides that, let me give you a piece of advice. Before going through your partner's phone, my sisters, brace yourself. As in, tie your belt, keep a cup of cold water, because it's either you come out victoriously or you come out a loser. And coming out victoriously means you didn't see any bad thing in the phone, and coming out a loser means what you saw almost made you collapse. Let me share with you ladies my own experience. So the first time I actually went through my husband's phone, I decided to go through his phone because of what I saw in a movie. So what I realized in the end was going through his phone didn't help me in any way. So I finally decided that my decision as to my own opinion on this, I finally decided that I will ladies, for the sake of my head, for the sake of my safety, I'm not going to tell you guys, because probably he's going to watch this video and he's going to discover my secret. My lips are sealed. Please stay tuned to my channel by subscribing and hitting on the notification bell, so whenever I post any more videos, you're going to be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you all in my next video.